Hello, everyone. How's it going? How are we all doing on this fine day? What movie is playing today? Oh shit! Is Batman? Is it Dark Knight? It's the original Batman. Jim Carrey? Yo, that's crazy. We got the original VHS Batman that I've never even seen. So, shout out Batman, I guess. How you all doing today? We got a lot to talk about, so I'm not gonna waste any time. Let's just get right into it. So, welcome to Lecture 4. I'm excited to have all you here today. And I want to just throw a quick salute. Everyone, I know you're at home just sitting at your desk. A quick salute. A quick salute to our fallen homies who started nights and weekends and are not with us here today for whatever fucking reason. Maybe they quit. Maybe they got sad. I don't know. But just a quick salute to our fallen homies. You know, I saw this tweet yesterday. I mean, you never know why people drop off from build space. It could be anything. Like, this is one I saw yesterday. A bit bummed, but I'm bowing out of S4. I have a baby this week. So, I mean, if you're having a child, I guess that's a pretty good reason. I think that if you're someone who's still undecided on whether or not to stay or whether to drop off, you got to remember, like, you don't officially ever drop off. You can always come back. So that's all I'm going to say. And I think that I saw some replies to this tweet. And someone just said, Josh says, just ship the baby. Yash says, always be launching as far as the TV. So I think some people are just maybe taking it a little too far. But hey, it's the right energy. I like it. I like the energy though. But Mo, or Matt rather, I hope your baby delivery goes well, man. I hope your wife is okay and it's gonna be good. And yeah, not bowing out, but submitting week 3 late. I like that. You know, I like that. It's totally fine to submit late than never. I'll always say that. You only quit and you only drop off if like you actually just completely drop off. Like for 6 weeks straight, you do nothing. But other than that, even if you're in the last week of nights and weekends, there's always a shot at redemption. Let's be honest. And if you're here live watching this or watching the recording, thank you. You are a real one, and I appreciate you. That's all I got to say. Like, just thank you. You're pushing yourself. You're staying up the nights. You're spending your weekends on this shit. Like, thank you so much. You're a real one. So let's keep going. So it's also really cool to see you all building in public. Like, I want to show off a couple of examples that I saw actually. Sorry. Slide deck. One moment, please. I think we got the wrong screen here. It's all good. Let me show you guys something. Let me show you something. Let me share my screen. All right. So like, I want to show off like, does the audio work here? Let me see. Oh, never mind. The audio doesn't work. Never mind. Never mind. But I wanted to show you all some examples of like cool examples of people building in public. But I guess, have you all been seeing like some cool launches over like the last couple of days? I'm just curious, like especially yesterday, did you see any cool launches? I guess press 1 if you saw like a launch that, because press 1 if you just saw a launch that was interesting, because there was a lot of launches going on. And I know I myself just opened Twitter and I get hit with like 10 new launches, which is pretty crazy. But that's pretty cool. It's pretty cool that you all are just seeing each other making cool shit and just building in public, right? That's really like what we want you all to do, to build in public. Someone says, Farza, get dark mode. I actually use light mode. Sorry. And you know, I'm seeing a lot of people who are actually, there's something called the build space effect. And I don't know, someone else coined this, and it's pretty much where you start getting a lot more attention on your stuff, basically, because you have everyone at Build Space, you know, supporting you. So I want to do something with you all real quick. I want you all to check. Oh yeah, it was Amit. Amit coined the build space effect. I want you all to check really quick. This only works for Twitter right now, sadly, but you can actually go to analytics.twitter.com and you can actually see how you're doing, basically, which is pretty cool. So like if I go here to Twitter analytics, like this is build space, for example. Like this is our like, it shows you like your 28-day summary. So I'm curious like if y'all went up or down like on this 28 days. If you click home, you should be able to see it. Let me know. Did you go up or did you go down? Real quick, analytics.twitter.com. If you went up, congratulations. If you went up a lot, congratulations extra. If you went down, it's okay. I got a note for you. Hey, 182%. How much percent up are you all? 18%? Okay, 182%. We're up 143% this month, actually. It's pretty good. Jeffrey and team putting in the work on socials this time. But I think it's really cool. It's just worth looking at because it's just worth looking at because like I think I don't know. I think it's just cool to see sometimes. It's just cool to recognize, oh wow, like I'm doing more than I was doing a previous month. Naklecha 40% down. Pretty cool. So if you went up, congratulations. Take a screenshot of that. Save it, send it to your mom, send it to your dad, send it to your friend. Be like, yo, I'm doing stuff. And by the way, this trick doesn't work on LinkedIn, Instagram. There's like some more steps involved. If you actually want to do it for LinkedIn, Instagram, you can. Just Google it. I won't show you here. It's just a little more complicated. But hey, if you went up, congratulations. And regardless of the numbers, we'd be truly sad if you didn't bring your idea into the world, or at least try. So thank you for being here. So I don't care if your number went up. I don't care if your number went down. I'm just glad that you're here. And I hope that you're not too obsessed with the numbers. I sent out this email yesterday about the Twitter algorithm and the LinkedIn algorithm. Some people were getting kind of down because they're not getting views or like they're not getting as many likes, but it's like, there's no reason to be sad. Remember, your goal right now is not to actually go viral or get like 100 likes. Your goal is to just get the first people who care about your project. That's it. So don't get too caught up in these social media games right now. You know, it's cool to look at, it's good to get in the habit of, but don't get like emotionally caught up in numbers like this, you know? And I want to have just a couple of notes. My only goal is to complete the project. Yo, that's a good goal. I like that goal. I want to give you a couple of notes before we start the lecture on the final 32 and the IRL events, because I promised that today we would drop information on the IRL events. So first of all, Final 32 is scheduled for September 17th. Final 32 is this mass online spectator event. It's a game show, and you all are invited to watch. We're going to pick 32 projects to face off in a bracket, and then the audience decides who gets to move on each round. And at the end, we pick 4 people to get $25,000 each. So $100,000 total. It's going to be pretty fun. And we're going to pick projects based on the quality of your weekly updates. So, you know, those updates you all submit, we're going to look at them. We're going to look at the people who are doing stuff that's cool, like launching something interesting. And we're going to pick the 32 people who have submitted to us like very high quality updates. And we're also going to be looking at the videos that you all are posting on socials. And we're trying to find the hustlers, the people who are really putting in the effort in nights and weekends. And last year we had 4 people win. We had a farmer win, a group of directors, a musician, and a game developer. And I just want to say that anyone can be picked. It's not just projects popping off. So I want to make that very clear. Like last season, this project, the farmer project, I think she had like less than $100 in revenue. The group of directors were pretty small too. Well, the group of directors actually got kind of viral. The musician were kind of small, and the game developer wasn't even like fully launched with the game yet, but they had like a $200 in pre-orders. So again, you don't need to be like popping off, going viral, making the news to get picked. We're looking to find people that are just submitting very high quality updates and are staying consistent and are showing us their progression week over week. That's the main thing. We want to see your progression week over week. I don't care if you just randomly popped off. I want to be like, okay, like this person started from 0 and by week 6 they made it this far. Like that's an amazing accomplishment by them. Next, IRL is set. So these are the final dates for IRL. September 22nd, 23rd, 24th for SF, and for Dubai, it's the 29th to October 1st. Both events are 3 days, and you just pick one. I'll talk more about how to pick one in a bit, but in order to attend an IRL event, you need 3 of 6 weekly updates. I'll be very clear with you all. I'm not trying to run a 3-day networking party. I don't care. I want people there who actually give a shit, who are actually building their ideas, who are actually launching. And I think those who submit 3 of 6 weekly updates, it's a good enough filter to get that. Again, I want to be in a room full of people who care, who give a shit, and are driven. I don't want to be in a room full of people that just talk about their ideas. I don't want that to happen. So that's why we ask for 3 of 6 weekly updates. And just a note, it's better to submit the weekly updates later than never. And, you know, this is simply 3 days where you'll get to be around a bunch of other dreamers, a bunch of other people who care. Honestly, the IRL events are kind of magical. Like, we put a lot of effort into them. This is last season in Dubai. We do talks. We do sessions to kind of get you on the right track, to get you to learn new stuff, to get you to talk to each other. And yeah, like, it's crazy. Like, you'll meet all, I mean, I'll just be honest, like, you meet all types of characters at Build Space IRL. Like, these are people from all walks of life kind of coming together for 3 days. And there are people who are crazy enough to think that, to work on their own ideas, you know? And I think it's a very special group of people, and it's always really magical whenever we all come out. So if you can come out, I highly recommend you do. It's 3 days. I think TLDR, it's 3 days where you'll push your idea forward and you'll go home with some new insights, because I think working solo on your idea at home can get really hard, right? Like, you can only motivate yourself so much. And I think these RL events really will give you the energy to just keep going. Because the journey of working on your own idea is a very long journey. And again, we put a lot of heart into these events, and we try to make them very special for you, because we already know a lot of you are spending a solid amount of time, energy, and money to come out. I want to cover both events really briefly. This is where the San Francisco event is happening. It's called Fort Mason. It's a beautiful area, and it's happening in this big old building right here called Pier 2, right across the Golden Gate Bridge. And this is where the Dubai event is happening. It's called Al Sirkal Avenue. It's a very historic district in Dubai. Beautiful area. And it's a cultural, according to Google, it's a cultural landmark. Is Fort Mason a cultural landmark? Oh, an arts organization. Interesting. But anyways, both venues are absolutely beautiful. Both areas are great, and they're clean, they're safe. And yeah, you may be asking yourself, SF or Dubai? It depends on your situation, honestly. So here's my kind of take. It comes down to your visa and your finances. It is hard to get an American visa sometimes. So that's one thing. Like, a lot of you can't even come to SF. Like, my cousin from Pakistan can't even come to SF because governments, you know, just, it's stupid. Generally, Dubai, it's much easier to get a visa from a majority of countries, like, you know, India, Netherlands, all types of stuff. And then also finances. Dubai is generally cheaper than San Francisco. Like, Dubai, you can get like a solid hotel for like $40 a night, and in San Francisco, like, it'll end up costing you a little bit more. But yeah, we very specifically chose Dubai and San Francisco in order to get like the most spread in the world. Because we want as many people across the world to be able to come. We don't want someone to skip this event because of their passport or something, you know? So we tried to pick 2 places that were very, like, I would say, fair and kind of like across, you know, kind of like spread out, in the sense that no matter where you're from, there's a chance that you can come to one of these. And again, we're a very small team, so we can only run 2 events, but the 2 events are bangers. I'm just saying, they're like, just look at these. Look how fucking cool this looks. This is awesome. I show up to this any day. Like, you even get like a Build Space hat. Look at that. Look at this guy. Look how happy he is with his Build Space hat. Don't you want a Build Space hat? You get hoodies. Actually, you don't get hoodies this time. You get something else. That's a secret, though. So anyways, those are the events. And the RSVPs will open right after the lecture. I'll give you the link right after this lecture. So stay tuned to the end. It's going to be first come, first serve. What do y'all think? Does that sound fun? Press 1 if you're going to SF and 2 if you're going to Dubai. Like, you're pretty sure. I know you're going to look at the forums and stuff in a bit, and you'll get more information, but I'm just curious. Hey, one 1, 2, 2, 2, 2. Very nice. Also, sponsorships. We are going to sponsor 10 people. So after this lecture, you're going to get a link, and we're going to pick 10 people to sponsor. And again, we're going to pick the people based on the weekly updates. So we're going to look at your week 1, week 2, week 3 updates, and we're going to decide from there. Again, we only want to sponsor people who actually truly give a fuck and are putting their all into this. And it's we won't be able to sponsor everyone, so we're sponsoring 10 people. Okay, that's it. Let's get to the lecture. All the IRL stuff I will tell you more about at the end. I'll give you the link. You can scroll through it. You can ask those questions, all that stuff. But for now, let's take a deep breath and let's get to the actual lecture. Because sorry for all those notes. Yeah. Should have told us this sooner. Nah, I don't want to. I'm not interested in telling you about all this sooner, because honestly, all this stuff is kind of a distraction early on. Like I want to tell the people who are still here, you know, like I don't want to tell week 1 people about IRL, because who knows if they even make it a week 3, week 4, you know what I mean? So I'm happy with how we did this. Okay, cool. Let's get to the lecture. So week 4, which is where we're at now, is generally where the real ones start to show themselves. And this is how I kind of like qualify, or like, this is what I consider the real ones. Let me kind of explain. Right now, nearly all of you have an idea, a working thing / toy / demo, like something, and you've launched something, it got something out there. You know, like last week for your weekly update, you had to launch and you got something out there, right? And you got the first 10 people who care, maybe the first couple of people who care, if not the first 10, or maybe the first 100 people who care. You have all 4 of these things. Like, I need you to understand, this is a big deal. This, a toy, a launch, real people. You all have made more progress in 4 weeks, rather in 3 weeks than I have in 12 months working on some of my ideas. I want you to I want this to set inside of your brain that like, you're already nearly 11 months ahead of me. Like back then, like remember the app I showed you, the augmented reality app? Like it took us 12 months to get to where you are now. I just really want you all to understand that, because whether you got 0 people, 1 people, 10 people, 100 people, like you all have made a lot of progress in just 3 weeks. So let that set in, and remember that nights and weekends is a very aggressive, opinionated program because of how much we ourselves have messed up in the past, and we don't want you all to mess up. I'm not really seeing the point here. Nobody seems to care. If nobody seems to care, you have to just do everything to figure out why. And I think this lecture will help. If nobody cares about your idea, I think that's probably not true, but I'm going to hopefully tell you some stuff during this lecture and maybe help you out. But again, nights and weekends is aggressive and opinionated because of how much we all messed up. And you may be asking, but now what, Farza? Like, honestly, now what? I have all this stuff. Now what do you want me to do? Now what do you want us to do nights and weekends? And I think this is where it gets really interesting. I want you to evolve your idea. It's time to iterate. This is the word I'm going to start using a lot over the next 3 weeks. The word iterate. Iterate means to simply improve upon your idea each week based on feedback and based on your learnings. That's it. Right? I don't want you to complicate what I know, like the word iterate has many meanings across many domains, but this is what the word iterate means here. You all did some stuff last week. You all launched some stuff. Now what, right? Now you have to iterate on your ideas. If you're not sure where to improve your idea, it's pretty simple, right? Last week, you all got some number of people to care about your idea. And I need you to learn from those people. I need you to figure out, why did they care? What did they like? Did they pay you money? Why? Did they actually use your project when you gave them the link? What did they dislike? You need to figure out all these things from that initial group of people that you got caring about your idea. It doesn't matter if this is like your mom and your dad, or like if it's like your customers, you know? Like, that's why we went out and got people, right, to care about our projects, because we want to learn from them. We want them to help us push our ideas forward. And the point right now, very important, your point right now is not to try and create something perfect. It's to just evolve. It's to iterate. It's to go on a ride with your idea and see where the ride takes you. And I think this is a very important mindset, right? Where it's like, you won't magically arrive at a great idea, or you won't magically arrive at anything ever. It's always an iteration. It's always building on top of itself. And I'm going to go through a couple of examples here as well of like examples of iteration, but I really want you all to kind of like take that mindset with you and like really put it in your soul, right? Like really just let it set in, where it doesn't have to be perfect right now. That's not even the goal. The goal is to have a really good base to keep iterating on. Okay? And I just want to make sure you understand that, because I don't want you to feel bad if you're not popping off right now, or if like nobody cares. Like, it's actually fine. It's actually kind of expected. At this stage, it's kind of expected that people just use your app and drop off, or people say they listen to your song and then leave. You know what I mean? Like, it's actually fully expected, because at the end of the day, you just started. So how can you expect anybody to truly care if you just started? Again, the goal is to iterate every week, and hopefully every week people care more and more and more and more. And it's like, you just have patience in the process. All right. You may be saying, all right, Farza, that's cool. But for real though, now what? Do I record new music? Do I add new features? Do I focus on marketing, etc.? What do I do, Farza? Seriously, give me some real concrete advice. And I'm just going to say, there is no answer. You have to do the same thing that you've done these last 2 weeks. You need to go create something. You need to go launch it. You need to go get feedback on it. You need to learn from it so your next iteration is better. That's it. Okay? You need to do, it sounds crazy. You have to do the exact same things that you already did these last 2-3 weeks. You just launch, create, launch, get feedback, and learn. All right? That's it. So it's like, maybe last week you launched your app. Great. What can you add to that? What can you create this week? What can you add to your app? Go launch that feature. Go get feedback on that feature. Go learn if people want that feature. Maybe you have a new song. Great. Go create that song. Launch that song. Get feedback. Like you need to do it over and over and over again every single week, such that you're actually iterating on your ideas. This is what it means to iterate. And that's actually it. It's a grind. It's the grind. And I think that's where this gets actually pretty hard. And this is around the time where people start to like really like have trouble, but it's a grind, but it's really like fun. I don't know how else to say it. Like, this is the most fun part of building shit. It's where you just make stuff, show other people, get feedback, and make your stuff better, you know? Make your craft better. And I want you to think about all you did in these last 2-3 weeks. The trick now is I want you to build on top of your idea every week versus restarting. I think a lot of people will restart our ideas like every week, you know, like we'll massively change it. But instead, I want you to evolve your idea. I want you to slowly build on top of your idea versus just always like, you know, saying like if this is your idea, just crumble it up, toss. And then next week. And then next week. You know what I mean? Like this is dumb. Like instead, like build on top of the idea, you know? Stop restarting. I want to give you a couple of examples of some iterations that I've seen. Let me show you. Damn, now I'm hungry. Dude, these are delicious. Have you had these? Has anybody had these? Veggie straws? They're goddamn delicious. I'm not sure if they're healthy or it just says the word veggie. That's America for you. I just bought it because it said veggie. So I'm going to show you a couple of examples of some interesting iterations and how these are people that built on top of their ideas over a period of time. I'm going to go through all types of examples, but yeah, let's start. So this is the first example. This is Toy Story. At the top, you can see the storyboards. This is where it started. At the bottom, you can see like the final version, right? Between the top version and the bottom version, it's like, it's many, many weeks of iteration, you know? They are constantly making new animations, showing each other, making new animations, showing each other, making new animations, showing each other. You know what I mean? It's like, this is the process. At the end of the day, all of you just see this, right? You see the final version, but remember where this started. Remember how they iterated upon just their ideas of the movie, you know? Sponsored? Yeah, totally. Sponsored by Toy Story. This is another example. Anybody know what this is? Anybody have a fledgling idea of what this may be? This is this random ass plumber dude named Mario, made up of like a couple hundred bits. And this character is the definition of iteration. I want you to think about Mario, how ridiculous this character is. Like, look at where we are today. Look at where we started. Like, it started as this fucking thing. That's insane. Look at the iteration. Every single, like, couple months, it's a new thing. And look at where we are now, right? It's like Mario is the definition of iteration, where it's like, it started out as this random idea of like this thing that jumps, and now it's like been built over time. Now Mario has movies. Mario has a family. Mario has a brother. All this stuff. This is another example. This is build space. Look at where we started. Anybody remember this? Like, we started by building courses about Web3. Then we started Nights and Weekends. Then we made a new landing page. Then we did Nights and Weekends Season 2. Now we got more into anime stuff. Now we're doing even a different landing page. This is Season 3. And now we have Season 4. Now it's even more different. Now we have new assets, new vibes. You know, it's like, but look at where we started. Just look at where we started. Right? We started here. And I think a lot of you are starting like in a similar spot where like you just start with like an idea. Maybe you get like 10 people to care, but then the goal now is start iterating with those people. With Build Space, when we were doing this stuff, every single week we were trying to make Build Space better and better and better and better, right? That was our goal, because we knew Build Space started out as a very imperfect idea. But we were like, okay, like, let's just start with this courses thing, and we teach people Web3, and let's see where it takes us. And we just trusted the process. I know it sounds ridiculous, but we just trusted the process. And I know that like, it can be kind of sad sometimes. It can be kind of depressing when nobody cares about your stuff. It can be like very annoying when you work so hard on something and then nobody cares, or like it didn't work the same way. So like, I know that's so hard, and that's the hard part about this game. You just need to trust the process and trust that like you will evolve like this if you just put in the time. You know? Now look at that Season 1. Look at that font. Disgusting. That landing page, yucky. Yeah, I hate that landing page now. Oh god, I don't like these anymore. This is getting kind of good now. Oh, okay. These are getting kind of better. Okay. Oh, this is way better. I want to give you one more example. A very, very kind of like realistic example. Well, not to say the previous example was unrealistic, but this is an example of someone from Nights and Weekends Season 3 named Prati. And I want to like really show you his iteration, because Prati, I love Prati's story because he was so public with his story. And I just went to his Twitter yesterday, or rather Jeffrey did, and Jeffrey just found the iteration of his idea. So let's see where he started.
Hey Kim, what's going on? How are you?
Hey, not much, just hanging out and FaceTiming. How about you?
I've been pretty busy. Hey Kim, what's going on?
Okay, so he started out as a thing that would help you FaceTime celebrities. And let's see where he went next.
How are you?
My fellow free thinkers, gather around because I've got something hot off the press that's going to blow your mind. Yo, my fellow free thinkers.
Okay, so then he added face. He added video, in a couple of weeks. Let's see the next iteration.
Of what's possible. Hey guys, hope all of you had fun in Nights and Weekends. You guys have truly pushed the boundaries of what's possible. Hey guys, hope all of you had fun in Nights and Weekends.
Okay, and now he's
चलो
here.
हम जो ट्विटर के बारे में बात कर रहे थे उसी के आसपास थे।
बाहरी दृष्टिकोण से विशेष आलोचनाओं को प्रदान करना हमेशा काफी
And like, that's insane. I want you all to like really see that example. And this is what iteration is. Prati just started out working on a random funny idea where you could FaceTime Kim Kardashian. And then he slowly built it up every single week, trusting the process. And now he's actually working on it as like a full-fledged startup now that does translations. So it's like, never would Prati have thought that the FaceTiming Kim Kardashian thing would end up where he's at now. But Prati was so good at just like iterating, at taking the idea, learning how to make it better, and then moving forward, right? So like even this example, like if I show you here, let me go back to my screen 1 second. Like even this example here, right? Like it's beautiful because like he is what do you call it? He started out with just a JPEG of Kim Kardashian, but then he added the video stuff, right? A lot of people would have spent like weeks just trying to figure the video out. But Prati said, no, fuck that. I'm just going with just like audio. And then he added video. And then he made the video even better. And then he made it HD, right? And I want you all to learn from this example very deeply with whatever you're working on how you can start with something simple, but then week over week make it better, because it is a very long process. And to do this, I want to give you a framework. This is a framework that we teach here at BuildSpace. We've taught for almost 4 seasons now, and it's a framework that my mentors taught me, and now I'm teaching you. So let's go through it. It's very simple. It's create, launch, measure, learn, right? This is the framework that will take you to success. And some of you may have heard it before. Some of you may have heard of something like this before. But let's go through it. Let's go. This is a loop. Create, launch, measure, learn. This is a loop that you repeat. And I want to go through this loop really fast. The first up, create. This is the part that we just love, right? This is making the thing. It's adding that feature. It's making the song. It's working on the album. It's making the video. It's working on the Kim Kardashian FaceTime thing, you know? It's making the algorithm work. It's training that model, right? It's just creating. It's the part that we love doing. Next is launching, showing it to other people, right? Launching just means to show it to other people. And that's all launching is. Like, I don't want you all to even complicate what a launch is. This is all launching is. It's just showing other people. It's not getting press. It's not making big posts. It's just showing other people. So, for example, if you were to make the Kim Kardashian FaceTime thing and then show your mom, like, that's a launch technically. Like, you showed her, right? You showed someone else. Next is measure. This is where a lot of people skip out. They don't do this. You need to analytically analyze your work versus emotionally. You all are doing something that it's very kind of like emotional. You like have a lot of emotions loaded up. Like you get depressed or you get sad or you get really happy. You get really, it's like you have a lot of emotions, right? And I think like it's important to measure your progress because you need to measure it analytically. Otherwise, this game is extremely like draining, you know? And it's a lot more easier to just like analytically think about things. For example, last week you got 10 people to care. Maybe you didn't get 10 people. How many did you get? 4? Okay. You got 4. Move on, right? That's it. It's just a number. You don't have to be emotionally attached to your progress or your work. And it's a very hard skill to learn, but it's something that we'll talk more about over the coming weeks. But you need to just think about like your work analytically versus like emotionally. And next we have this, just learn, right? Can you just learn to get feedback from others and craft a road forward? Learning means that you actually launch something, you get it out there, you measure it, and you actually start to learn from others about how to make it better. Like if we go, like using Prati's example one more time, I was there when Prati was doing this, right? It was obvious. People were like, hey, Prati, I rather would video FaceTime people. Okay, he added video. Hey, Prati, it doesn't really look that realistic. I want to add like more realistic video. Okay, he did it. Hey, Prati, can you like do this for like another language maybe? Because like my mom doesn't speak, you know, this language. And then great, he did this. So it's like that is actually iteration via learning, right? And that's it. That's it. That's all you have to do, in my opinion. Like you just need to run that loop over and over and over again until you figure it out. GG easy, roll the credits. No, but honestly, I'm not even joking. Like I'll be honest with you, like this is all I do at BuildSpace. all we do is we make new stuff for you, we launch it to you, we measure it, and then we learn how to make it better. And then we do it all over again. And then we create even better stuff. And then we launch even better stuff. Do you see what I mean here? Like, we live the same philosophy that we're teaching here right now. Like, think about like the YouTube channel I'm working on, right? The YouTube channel I'm working on. I created my toy video. I launched it. I got some subscribers from it. And I learned what people liked about that toy video and what they didn't like, right? And now I'm going to go create my next video. Right? So that's how it works. Like, you're always running this loop over and over again. And I think this is something that you all probably know or you've heard of, but most of you will simply get stuck on create, where you'll just literally only do one thing, which is create and build, but you'll never launch, and you'll never measure, and you'll never learn, and you'll never iterate. And then you'll say, that idea was trash, and then you pivot for no reason. Like, this is like the classic. So please do not get stuck on create. Like, it's a very simple loop, right? Create, launch, measure, learn. And you want to make sure you're always going through the loop, right? Don't ever get stuck inside the loop anywhere. And I don't want you to get stuck on this question either. I have a lot of people emailing me this question, like, Farza, should I pivot? And it's such a weird question to me. It's like, no, you shouldn't pivot. Just iterate. Like, just iterate on your idea. Like, what do you hate about your idea? What do you think sucks about your idea? And now iterate on top of it, right? Don't sit here and be that guy that, again, just like crumbles up a new idea every week. You see what I mean? Like, be that person that learns from their creation, learns what was bad, learns what was good, and iterates on top of it. Because again, otherwise you're going to pivot away from every idea you touch, because apparently every idea is trash. You know what I mean? So like, that's just one example. So what do you do this week? You run the loop. I want you to go create something. I want you to launch it. I want you to measure it. I want you to learn from it. Last week, you all probably got some people to check out your project. You got your first people to maybe sign up. I want you to go talk to them. Who were they? Why did they sign up? How can you make your thing better this week? And then how do you launch something new this week, right? And that's it. That's the loop. I'm going to give you an example here. These are 3 launches I saw just this morning. This is Mo. So Mo is building a DIY art school, and he says, last week I got 5 signups and I created an intro for the next lesson. This week I'm going to go through both of the resources I mentioned myself and share progress with students so they can follow along. So for Mo, it's pretty obvious what he has to do next. He has to make now better lessons. He should launch his new lessons. He should measure his new signups, and he should learn from what people thought about his existing lessons. Does that make sense? And he's just going to make it better and better and better and better every time. Another example. This is ethmag.eth. I don't know what his name is, but he's working on this thing that helps you manage your equity with co-founders, investors, and employees. And he has a fantastic demo. It's all like on-chain stuff. And I loved this demo, and I loved his like launch and everything. But what should he do next, chat? It's pretty obvious. He should learn from the people who saw this demo or used his demo. He should create some new feature that adds on top of this. He should launch that thing that he created. He should measure it, and he just needs to do it all over again, right? Maybe he got like 3 people using this, and maybe 3 of them said, you know, man, I actually want this thing. I actually want this for Polygon. I actually want this for like, more classic equity. I want this for people who don't have a wallet, XYZ, right? So it's like you slowly get better and better and better, right? And that's actually the loop that you want to run. You don't want to restart every week. Like if this person, for example, let me tell you a mistake. If this person said, man, I only got 3 signups, trash idea, I'm moving on to a different idea. You know what I mean? Versus just saying, hey, like 3 people signed up. 1 person seemed pretty interested. I'm going to try to create something and add some new stuff this week based on my learnings from those signups. And I'm going to go launch it. And I'm going to keep on running the loop. You know, it's a very, very different mindset. I'll do one more example here. This is Vinaya. She was in season 3 as well, made Final 32, and she's doing something new. She's working on Closet. It's Tinder for your looks. So it's your personal wardrobe assistant, and it helps you organize, tag, and discover outfits effortlessly. So everyone, let's talk. Like, chat. What does Vinaya do next? Please tell me. What should she do next week? Let's say she got 10 signups and she got like 3 people using her chatbot. What does she do next? Please tell me. Like, tell me exactly what she should. I know she should iterate, but like how? Like, what should she do? Like what are the steps? You know? Ask for feedback. Talk to users. Yes. Learn what people want. Yes, it's like exactly like, you know, if Vinaya got like 3 people to use her chatbot, let's ask them how they liked it. What else would they want? Would they want like other features on this? And then go build that feature. Then go launch that feature. You know what I mean? And then you just do it over and over again. That's how this works. And again, what I'll say here is iterate. Don't restart. It'd be a mistake for Vinaya to just like completely scrap this idea because nobody signed up, you know? Like, it'd be kind of a mistake versus like just trying hard again to make it a little bit better and to iterate on it, you know? It's very rare that you should restart and completely pivot. But honestly, 6 weeks, like you should stick with your idea for at least 6 weeks, in my opinion. But again, it's fine if you do pivot. Like, it's nothing, I'm not saying never pivot, but just be very wary of pivoting, and be very like thoughtful about it, you know? And I need you all to learn from your people on what to create and add next to what you're working on. Does anybody have an idea right now, like, of what they want to create next this week? Tushar says, what if there are no learnings from signups? Well, you got to go learn somehow. You got to go get more, go on the streets and show people what you got. Like, do everything it takes to get somebody to tell you something. Don't just give up. Yeah, what do you all want to create? I'm curious. Just write a sentence in the chat. Like, can you write a quick sentence for me on what you want to create? Again, someone says, what if there are no signups? Then go get people to sign up. Like, do everything you can. Go door to door. If you got neighbors, start showing them that whatever you're doing. Like, there's no reason that you should be okay with having no signups. It's all up to you. I'm going to make a sleeping schedule and get 7 hours of sleep. I'm going to build a new feature this week. I'm building the text feature of my app. I'm going to finish building out my app. I'm going to do QR code menus for eateries. I'm going to get another 50 people by spamming my neighborhood. I'm going to create IG Reels. Cool. I like it. And I still see a lot of people saying this, like, I got signups, but no one pre-ordered. Okay, chat. Joystick Lab says, I got signups, but no one pre-ordered. What should this person do next? They got signups, but nobody pre-ordered. What should they do next? Like, it is totally expected for nobody to do the thing. Like, you just started. Like, you need to like iterate now. That's the whole point, right? You need to go and try something new this week. Try something new. Launch it again. If nobody cared last week, let's try something new again. You know, like, it never ends. Like, you can't ever control people caring about your work, right? That's the thing where it's like, that's also why I don't want you all to get emotionally attached to your work. You know, I don't want you to get emotionally attached to your success. It's like, you can't control other people. You can't control other people using your app. You can't control other people ordering your whatever, right? So all you can really do is control what you can control. And what can you control? You can control what you create. You can control how you launch it. You can control how you learn from it, right? And that's all you can really do. So don't get sad and depressed because nobody used your app. Instead, iterate. This is one example here that Jeffrey threw in. So Jeffrey, if you remember, he was working on his FIFA thing, right? Where he wants to get better at FIFA. But Jeffrey decided that he's much more interested in working on this new Twitter account called Infinite List. And he essentially pivoted, right? So he trusted himself and he pivoted. Again, when you do this, just be very wary about it, you know? Be very logical about it. And that's mostly what I got for you all today. And I want to kind of go through this week's weekly update. It's a very simple weekly update. I just want you all to focus. I want you all to go create, launch, measure, learn something new. But let's talk about what the weekly update is. You just need 2 things for this weekly update, okay? The first thing, you'll need to launch what you create this week. So again, a lot of you already launched last week, right? You already launched your thing, your app, whatever, right? Now I want you to go create something new that's an iteration on top of your work, and I want you to launch it. Maybe you launch a new feature. Maybe you launch a new song. Maybe you launch a new snippet. Maybe you launch a new demo, whatever, right? I'm not saying literally go create something new, like a new idea. Like the same idea, but add on top of it. Create something new on top of it and iterate. And launch that on socials. The second thing, this is actually something new. You all will submit to us a short video. Only we're going to see this video. And it's just a video to show us where you explain to us what you created, launched, measured, and learned. That's it. It's a simple loom that you'll submit to us, and nobody else is going to see it other than us. And that's all I got for you all. Good luck. Have fun. And last thing, very important, very excited to share with you all now, buildspace.so/s4/IRL. Please head there right now, everybody. And this is going to show you everything that you need to know about the IRL event. So let me go there right now myself as well. buildspace.so/s4/IRL. And let's go. So this is the IRL page. Please go ahead and read through it. We have everything you need, all the information you need. We even tell you where to stay. Got Mary Chris here making you videos. Shout out Mary Chris. We got the Dubai event. We got everything for you here. We got the registration forms, everything. So yeah, go ahead there right now and RSVP. It's first come, first serve. And once we fill up, we'll close registration. The event itself costs no money. It just costs the money that you need to spend to get there. And we have forms for both SF and for Dubai. And by the way, to RSVP, you must actually book your ticket or your lodging. So you have to actually submit like a receipt of your ticket or your lodging. And if you're local, then you just need to prove that you're local. We do this because I think in season 1, we had a lot of people who said they were coming, but then they never came. So then we're asking for proof now for season 2, 3, and 4. And that's all I got for you all today. That's all I got for you all today. Hope that makes sense. How do you get sponsored? By reading the page. That's how you get sponsored. Any questions, anybody? If you all got questions, I'll chill here for a sec. But just so you all know, that's it. That's the lecture. That's all I got for you today. If you got questions, feel free to stick around and I'll answer some. I'll answer like 3 questions real quick. Leaderboard. The leaderboard is coming back next week. Surprise. How about sponsoring? Once again, read the goddamn page. I trust that you're able to read. And if you can't read the page, maybe you can't get sponsored. What else? How's my S4 project coming along? Pretty well, actually. So I showed you all my YouTube, right? So if I go here, far as it TV. So I got like almost like 100 new subscribers. Shit. Oh my God, this keyboard sucks. So I got like a couple hundred views, and now I had this toy, I got some comments, and I think now I just want to iterate, right? I just want to I learned a lot from this video, like making it and everything. But basically I learned that I don't want to make videos that are like super emotional. I want to make videos that are pretty useful versus just emotional. You know what I mean? So I'm going to try to make that over this week. So that's my iteration for this week, actually. Farza, you are an SF. Why are you not using Arc browser? What's Arc browser? Is that like a pancake? Farza, Rock Lee or Naruto? Naruto. Are there going to be investors at the IRL events? That's a tough question. In Dubai, we always usually bring people out. In SF, it depends. I'm not trying to make this like an investor event. You know what I mean? But we will be inviting people that are friends, colleagues, investor types. But it's not going to be about investors though. What if I missed the last launch? Hey, maybe you launch right now and then you launch again after this. Don't submit me the same launch for week 3 and week 4. You're backed by A16Z and YC. Yes, I am. Do I have to carry my box to SF? Which box? I can't come all 3 days. What one day should I come? As of right now, we don't allow people who can only come for 1 day or 2 days. There are special exceptions. And I would ping Merry Chris at buildspace.so. But you must stay for all 3 days if you want to come. Because again, we have all this stuff that we do and plan for every person that wants to come that lasts 3 days. So if you just come for 1 day, it's tough. Can we go to both? I mean, yeah, if you're loaded like that, sure. If you got the funds, go for it. Farza, can you recite your best poem? We will not go gently into that good night. Is that how that goes? The Interstellar poem? I don't listen to poems. Will it be live streamed? No. Booking flights already? Yo, let's go. Who's booking flights today? Press 1 if you're booking flights today. At what time does the Dubai IRL start? Again, read the page. Will there be Melee in San Francisco? Yo, Felix, that's a great question. Yes, there will be Melee in San Francisco. We're going to play Super Smash Brothers. 100%. I'll bring my setup. I'm going to body all of you. Destroy all of you. I'm going to chain grab you on Final Destination. Just fucking destroy all of you. Are accommodations available? I'm not sure what you mean, but if you go to this page, which I'm talking about a lot now, Mary Chris has a lot of like solid advice on accommodations. For example, like you can get a place in Dubai for like $30 a night. It's pretty crazy actually. And they're all like nice spots. And then San Francisco, you can get a spot for like, I think at cheapest, like $60 a night, but it's like a hostel. So again, it just depends. Just registered for IRA in Dubai. Yo, let's go, Jack. I'll see you there. I'll see you there, my friend. Need bigger shirt sizes? Oh, we can do that. Alec, maybe we add XXL? We got you though. I know some people are tall. I know Farhaj wears XXL because he's like 6'5". Registered for SF? Yo, let's go. Yeah, let's just... that's awesome. You guys are already registering. That's awesome. Any other questions, everybody? On the week, on iteration, on anything. I've never really done questions, to be honest. I've never just hung out with you all. We've always just been so busy. I've always just been so busy. I'm sorry for not giving you more time. But hey, we ended early, so I was like, why not? What else we got? What else we got? Questions. I'm behind on my week 3 update. No worries. Who wants to get an Airbnb together? Ooh, that's actually kind of cool. Hey, Phil, maybe we do like a thing in the Discord for people who are coming to SF Dubai. Actually, I take it back. We're not doing that. Are the shirts baggy? That's a very specific question. But maybe. Tips for launching into the right audience. That's a very good question. And I want to answer for that for you in week 4. Generally right now, when you launch, I just want you to get good at the act of launching. And then next week, I'm going to talk a lot more about like where to launch that is better, like Reddit, how to write a good Reddit post, how to write a good like product hunt post, like all this stuff we're going to talk about next week. Are we being judged based on how quickly we submit the update? No. How many books do you read? Like maybe 1 every 2 weeks? Why are you asking me? Can people ask me real questions? Can we join the Build Space School? That's a great question. So right now we're running season SF1. The next iteration of the Build Space School will be happening in November, and we pick people based off nights and weekends. So at the end of nights and weekends, we often decide who we invite to the school. So again, it's all based off your weekly updates. The better your weekly updates are, the more consistent you are, the more history you show us, the easier our decision is. Is IRL 18 plus? No, it's not 18 plus. Generally, if you're under 18 though, what we've had in the past is like parents come. So it's up to you. Like I think last time, the youngest person we ever had come was 9 years old. He was his kid working on this Minecraft thing, and his dad was with him the whole time. When will the result of the sponsorship come? read the page. Are there demo presentations at the IRL event? Yeah, that's literally all we do. All we do is we demo stuff. So there's a lot of demos. Farza, I commend your hyper focus and attention to detail. Thank you for gassing me up. I appreciate it. Are there drugs and shit at the event? No. By the way, if you bring drugs into Dubai, they will literally arrest you on site and kick you out of the country. It's crazy. America is a little bit too Dubai will just kick you the fuck out. Why did my question get skipped? Because there's hundreds of questions. What's your question again? I'm sorry, Wilson. Would be cool to have an IRL in Europe. It would be cool, but I think the visa is just hard, man. That's the problem. Will you help us if we get into legal trouble? No. Is there going to be chai at the event? Yes, we will have chai at the Dubai event. And I think we might have chai at the SF event, but I'll let Mary Chris decide that. Cool. That's it, everybody. I see many other questions. A couple of things. If you have questions about the season itself, like nights and weekends, please email, or just anything, the IRL event, nights and weekends, anything, please email SF or S4 at buildspace.so. And I'm very excited to see you all at IRL. So again, thank you so much. Good luck. Have fun. We're 4 weeks in. We're almost there. All right. You got this. Let's end strong. I'll see you later. Love you all. Peace.